Imagine two people, same age, same background, same opportunities. One becomes successful, confident, and genuinely happy. The other stays stuck, always wondering what if, and feeling like life is happening to them instead of for them. What separated them? It wasn't talent, luck, or even hard work. It was something so subtle, so automatic that most people never even notice they're doing it. Before we get started, check out the link in the description to download our ebook. In fact, you're probably doing it right now as you watch this video. This one mental habit is quietly shaping your reality, your relationships, and your future. But here's the thing. Most people are using it backwards. Stay with me, because in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what this habit is and how to flip the switch that transforms your life without you even trying. Here's what I've learned after studying psychology and working with thousands of people. The most powerful changes happen below the surface of consciousness. They're the mental habits we don't even realize we have. Today we're diving into one specific mental habit that successful people use automatically, and the best part. Once you understand it, it starts working immediately, even when you're not thinking about it. We'll explore the psychology behind why this works, reveal exactly what the habit is. I'll give you 3 practical ways to implement it starting today. By the end of this video, you'll have a tool that works in the background of your mind, consistently moving you toward the life you actually want. Let's start with something you already know. Habits run your life. You wake up, brush your teeth, grab coffee, all without thinking. But here's what most people miss. Your mental habits are just as automatic and far more powerful. Neuroscience shows us that 95% of our thoughts are unconscious and repetitive. Think about that, to 95%. You're essentially running on mental autopilot most of the day. Now, imagine if that autopilot was set to scan for problems, threats, and what's wrong. That's the default setting for most people's brains. It's called the negativity bias. And it served our ancestors well when avoiding predators was a daily concern. But in today's world, this mental habit creates anxiety, procrastination, and a constant feeling that something's wrong, even when everything's actually fine. The people who seem to have it all figured out, they've rewired this default setting. They've trained their minds to run a different program in the background. And that's exactly what we're going to learn today. The mental habit that changes everything is this: actively seeking evidence that supports your desired reality instead of evidence that confirms your fears. Think of your brain as a detective. Every day it's collecting evidence to support whatever story you believe about yourself and your life. The problem is, most people's detectives are looking for evidence that they're not good enough, that opportunities are scarce, or that change is too hard. But what if you consciously directed your inner detective to look for different evidence? Evidence that you're capable, that opportunities exist, that small progress is happening? Here's a real example. Sarah, a client of mine, was convinced she was bad with people. Every social interaction. Her brain collected evidence to support this story: the awkward pause, the joke that didn't land, the person who didn't text back immediately. But when Sarah started actively looking for evidence that she was actually good with people, everything shifted. She noticed the coworker who always smiled when she walked by, the barista who remembered her order, the friend who called her for advice. The external reality didn't change. Sarah did the same things, talked to the same people. But her mental habit changed from seeking evidence of social failure to seeking evidence of social connection. Within weeks, her confidence improved, which changed how she showed up in social situations, which created better interactions, which provided more positive evidence. It became an upward spiral instead of a downward one. This habit works because of something called the reticular activating system. Essentially your brain's filter for what's important. When you buy a red car, you suddenly notice red cars everywhere. They were always there, but now your brain flags them as relevant. The same thing happens with evidence. When you actively look for proof that you're making progress, that opportunities exist, or that you're more capable than you thought, your brain starts flagging these instances automatically. The beautiful thing is, this habit compounds. Each piece of positive evidence you collect makes it easier to find more. And as your confidence grows, you naturally take more action, which creates more positive results to notice. All right, let's make this practical. Here are 3 ways to start building this evidence-seeking habit immediately. Step 1. The evening evidence review. Every night before bed, ask yourself, What evidence did I collect today that I'm moving in the right direction? Start small. Maybe you sent that difficult email, made someone laugh, or chose the healthy option at lunch. Write down 3 pieces of evidence. Your brain will start looking for these moments during the day because it knows you'll be asking about them later. Step 2. The assumption flip. When you catch yourself making negative assumptions, pause and ask, what else could this mean? If someone doesn't respond to your text immediately, instead of assuming they don't care, consider they might be busy, or thinking about their response, or dealing with something personal. This isn't toxic positivity, it's just collecting more balanced evidence instead of only the evidence that confirms your worst fears. Step 3. The progress microscope. Most people only celebrate big wins, but transformation happens through tiny improvements. Start noticing micro-progress, the conversation that felt slightly less awkward, the workout you didn't skip, the moment you chose curiosity over judgment. Set a phone reminder for midday that simply asks, what small progress have I made today? Train your detective brain to spot these moments of growth. Here's what I want you to understand. You're already seeking evidence every single day. The only question is, what kind of evidence are you looking for? The most successful people aren't lucky. They've just trained their minds to notice evidence of possibility instead of evidence of limitation. They see setbacks as data, not verdicts. They spot opportunities where others see obstacles. The incredible thing is, once you start this habit, it works whether you're consciously doing it or not. Your brain begins automatically flagging evidence that supports your growth, your goals, and your potential. Remember Sarah from earlier? 6 months later, she got promoted to a leadership role. Not because she became a different person, but because she started seeing evidence of the leader she already was. So here's my challenge for you. Starting right now, become a detective for your own potential. Look for evidence that you're capable, that you're growing, that good things are possible for you. Try the evening evidence review tonight. Just 3 pieces of evidence that you're moving forward. Drop a comment below and tell me what evidence you collected today. I read every comment, and I'd love to celebrate your progress with you. If this resonated with you, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon because I share psychology-based strategies for personal growth every week. Till next time, keep collecting that evidence.